Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, March 21st, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. All right, all I can say right now is that if you are a rabid Ravens fan, you'll want to check back in at eyeonannapolis.net or our Facebook or X feeds for a big and timely announcement at 10 a.m. this morning. Sorry, they made me promise to shut up until 10 a.m. And do you need an OMG fact for the day? In the 1920s, popcorn was banned from movie theaters because it was too noisy. I wonder what we did to make it more quiet. Probably just increase the sound in the movie theaters. Anyhow, but now we have some news, so shall we? Governor Wes Moore and Maryland lawmakers have reached a final deal to hopefully close the $3.3 billion budget deficit, relying on $2.3 billion in spending cuts and a new 3% tax on data and information technology services, among other fees. The plan limits personal income tax increases to high earners, while 94% of Marylanders will see no change or perhaps a tax cut. Small business groups oppose the tech tax, arguing that it is going to raise cost and stifle innovation. Republican lawmakers have criticized the plan, and Moore has blamed the Trump administration's economic policies for worsening the state's financial outlook, which is partially true. The deficit was known and recognized well before Trump was even winning the election, but certainly some of his policies have contributed to an increase in the deficit. The final budget details will be worked out before the legislative session ends on April 7th. Southwest Airlines is cutting jobs at BWI as part of a broader workforce reduction at 4 U.S. airports. Despite initially stating that BWI employees would be unaffected, the airline now confirms that ground crew and provisioning staff positions will be eliminated as part of 120 job cuts across BWI, LAX, Hollywood Burbank, and San Jose Mineta airports. The airline cites post-pandemic overstaffing as the reason for the reductions, which take effect on June 1st. Affected employees will have the option to apply for other roles within Southwest or take a severance package. I thought this was really interesting, but WTOP had a very interesting piece about a new report from the nonprofit TRIP, which finds that Maryland drivers are losing billions of dollars annually due to road conditions, congestion, and safety issues. In the D.C. metro area, the average driver loses $3,464 each year due to traffic delays and deteriorating infrastructure, while Baltimore drivers lose $2,807. Congestion alone costs D.C. area drivers 86 hours and 31 gallons of fuel per year. Statewide, poor roads cost drivers an estimated $12 billion annually. The report also highlights a 31% rise in traffic fatalities over the past decade, with 25% of the victims being pedestrians or cyclists. WTOP really gets into the weeds on that, and it's a very interesting article. You want to go check it out at WTOP.com. All right, let's talk about some events. All weekend long, we've got Maryland Day. Its celebrations run from Friday through Sunday, featuring over 40 historic sites and museums all across Anne Arundel County. Most events are free. Some will cost you $1. So it's a great time to get out and explore this wonderful county that we do have. You can find out more information at marylandday.org. And today, and as I told you earlier, for Ravens fans, I can't say too much, but I have been sworn to secrecy. But you might want to be downtown this morning. Starting probably around 10 to maybe like 12:15. I can't tell you where and why just yet, but at 10 a.m., check out Eye on Annapolis. Sliding into Saturday at 7 a.m., the Annapolis Running Festival kicks off with races ranging from 5Ks all the way to a half marathon. It gets underway at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, followed by a post-race celebration there as well. You want to be aware of rolling road closures in the early morning and, obviously, a lot of people running. From 9 a.m. to noon, Wildberry Field Farm Market in Crownsville offers breakfast, coffee, and local vendors. Admission is free and leashed dogs are welcome. And noon to 4 p.m., the Annapolis Maritime Museum's annual oyster roast and sock burning. It is sold out, but locals are encouraged to burn their old socks in backyard celebrations. Saturday at 7:30, the Sequa Rivera Dance Theater performs at Maryland Hall, exploring themes of heritage and identity. Tickets range from $55 to $75, and you can get them at marylandhall.org. As we move into Sunday, back at Maryland Hall from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., it is Art Fest. Showcases visual and performing arts with lots of free activities and concerts. Lots of stuff to do this weekend, and I'm so glad the spring is here and we're able to get out and have some fun. You want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this Saturday at noon. This week we chat with Alex from Thrive Dispensary all about weed. And I'll tell you, I learned an awful lot. That does drop at noon on Saturday. And today on Canines and Crosstreks, we were missing Kelly. She's down with the yuck. But Billy and I ended up talking about all the dogs that need to be adopted and some exciting Subaru news as well. You want to listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos of all the pups that are available for adoption and get all of the information on how you can adopt them. And again, don't forget that we do have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every night. That is 365 days this year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. And here is a link right here in your show notes for you. All right, that is it. Now it is time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world. And if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, both the Bay Bridge and the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Shows, and Macmedics. It's Friday, the weekend is here, and now it's just time to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Now hang tight, we have your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All of that's coming your way in just a minute.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Macmedics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Macmedics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Macmedics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Macmedics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Macmedics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Macmedics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Here is your weather forecast for the weekend and beyond. Today is looking like a classic Maryland mixed bag. Expect mostly cloudy skies with a high near 55. However, it's going to be breezy with a northwest wind around 21 miles an hour with gusts as high as 40. So you want to hold on to your hats or, better yet, leave them at home. As night falls, winds do calm down and temperatures are going to dip to around 39. Tomorrow brings partly sunny skies with a high near 60 degrees. Winds will be much calmer, making it a day to be outdoors, but don't let that daytime warmth fool you. Saturday night temperatures are expected to drop down to near freezing at about 34 degrees. Sunday starts off mostly sunny with a high near 60. Clouds will increase as the day progresses, leading into a mostly cloudy evening with lows around 40. And Monday brings a good chance of showers with highs near 60. So you want to keep those umbrellas handy as you do start the week. That's your forecast, Anne Arundel County. Remember, the weather is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Have a great weekend.
This April, the Chesapeake Bay Area is the ultimate destination for boating enthusiasts. Join us for two spectacular events that kick off the 2025 boating season. First up is the Bay Bridge Boat Show at Safe Harbor Narrows Point, back with an all-new location, April 11th through the 13th in Graysonville, Maryland. Explore an impressive array of powerboats, from fishing vessels and trawlers to pontoon boats and luxury cruisers. Enjoy on-site parking, delectable food and beer stations, and live entertainment, all set against the stunning backdrop of the Chesapeake Bay. Then from April 25th through the 27th, head to historic downtown Annapolis for the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Show. Discover new and brokerage sailboats, including catamarans, monohulls, family cruisers, day sailors, and inflatables. Meet with boating clubs and charter companies, shop for the latest gear and equipment, and celebrate the new season with fellow sailors and marine pros. With live entertainment, seminars, and a festive tasting tent, there's something for everyone. These are can't-miss events, and you can skip the line by getting your tickets right now online. You can get them at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. That's AnnapolisBoatShows.com. We'll see you on the docks. That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Something's missing here at Annapolis Subaru. Are you here because you think that we have some doodle puppies?
Isn't this where you go for Canines and Crosstreks to pick up your doodles?
No, but apparently, John, you have a lot of people that follow you on Facebook, and you made a post about the dogs we had on. Was it last week or a couple weeks ago? And yeah, we had probably 7 or 8 people call here. We had people show up here looking for these doodles that, according to your posts, have gone freaking viral.
Wow. Did we get any Subarus out of it?
We did not get any Subarus out of it, I don't believe. But I had salespeople coming in, and they were like, "We've got people here for some doodles." And I was like, "What?" And I went and I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh my God."
Maybe I could have worded that better.
Yeah. Yeah. We might use something like that to try to drive some traffic into the dealership for a car. Maybe post something about a Crosstrek or
the SPCA. Go pick up your Crosstrek.
Shoot a little picture of a 2025 Forester. That'd be great.
Well, I will say that those doodles are gone. And just for the record, if you're looking for a dog, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County is the place to go.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for a Crosstrek, a Forester, an Outback, an Ascend, Solterra, or any of the other Subaru cars, Annapolis Subaru is where you need to go.
Yes.
It's a pretty simple concept.
Yeah. I feel like we might need to do a press release after this one. Just a little clarification. But no, I'm glad that generated a lot of traffic and a lot of eyes to the SPCA, and obviously those dogs found homes pretty quickly,
as we knew they would. Well, actually, we're kind of missing Kelly here today too.
Oh yeah, Kelly's not here.
We missed her. Kelly, where are you? She's got the yucca herd.
Oh yeah,
it's been going around all over the place.
No fun.
Hopefully, she will be back next week. But
yeah,
without Kelly, we also don't have a dog.
That is correct. We do not have any dogs here, but we do have the internet, and we are able to check out the SPCA.
What I think I'll do this week is take every available dog, and put up a huge gallery. They're all available for adoption.
All these dogs,
right? So we'll talk in general about all these dogs that need to be.
I think Sebastian needs to be number 1 on that list.
Sebastian the Beagle.
Yeah, Sebastian, aka Pumpkin.
We'll change our name.
Yeah. Sebastian, and then in parentheses says Pumpkin. So
little nickname for Sebastian.
But I think Sebastian's been there for a little bit, and he's a 2-year-old beagle, cute as can be. We're just trying to understand what's going on. Why is Sebastian still at the SPCA?
I mean, I get Cody is still there. Cody's been there for years and years. I may not even include his picture because
he's a resident. He's a resident. Yeah. I don't think he would want to leave. Yeah, but Sebastian needs a home. And maybe, who knows, maybe Sebastian thinks it's so nice at the new facility that he's like, you know what? I just want to stay here.
I'm cool.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, so that's what you need to do is go aacspca.org. Check out all the wonderful dogs and cats that are available. And actually, you can scroll down and see all the other animals that they have. Most of those are at Paws at the Mall.
Oh, yeah.
But that's, they've got plenty of animals that are looking for their forever homes. And I do know those 2 cats are still, and I mean, they've got challenges. They've got, they're both tripods and they're both paralyzed in the back, but they need homes too. They're still there. So
they do.
You guys are loving, the earth now.
We always love the earth, but in particular, this next couple months. So
Well, Earth Day is coming up soon.
Earth Day is coming up soon. I believe it's April 22nd or 26th.
Yeah.
Which day is it, John?
It's right around there.
It's one of those days. But we're we've got Subaru Loves the Earth, and we are doing we're partnering with Arbor Day Foundation, and we're giving away a bunch of trees.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a bunch of trees. They are it's about 150 of them. There's a site that you can go to if you'd like a tree. I know that we sent an email out to our database a few weeks ago, and a lot of trees have been spoken for.
We live in a really tree-loving town.
People love trees here, which is great. And so it's get.arborday.org and then /030378. Go to that website. John will post it on the when he does the video as well. And check it out. There's a few different species that we have left. We have American sweet gum, which grow to be about 60, 75 feet tall. And then bald cypress, which are about 50 to 70 feet tall when they're mature. But they're free. And I think we got like 30, 40 left maybe. So.
And just to clarify, so nobody misunderstands, since we had the problem last week.
Yeah.
These are not 50 and 70 feet tall trees.
No,
we don't have a Subaru that can handle that.
They're about 2 to 4 feet tall now. So so it should be able to fit in your car, SUV, truck. But yeah, go on that website, and if you see something that you like, it's free. Get one. We only have 150, and you have to register for the tree.
Right.
On the site. You can't just show up. If you don't have the code that we can scan, then we're not able to give you a tree. You can test drive a car and maybe buy one if you want to, but you would leave without a tree if you don't have a code.
You know, if they come in and they don't have a code and they do test drive it and they do buy it, let me know. I'll go buy them a tree.
They can take the tree. We'll run up to Home Depot. We'll figure something out. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll get them something there. But and I did see that the SPCA is gearing up for their the rabbit event. And that's happening April 11th, 12th, and 13th, which is before your Subaru Loves the Earth Day.
Yeah.
But you can get your photos with adoptable bunnies at Paws at the Mall. And if they ask for a $5 donation, which is a lot cheaper than the adult and the bunny costume.
Yeah.
In the mall too. So, but they do ask that you pre-register just like you do for the trees. You can do it at the SPCA, the AACSPCA.org, or at Eventbrite, and just look for Hop into Spring. But it's 1 to 4 p.m. on April 11th, 12th, and 13th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I think that Sunday is Palm Sunday for that. But that's at Paul's at the mall. And they just, like I say, look for a little $5 donation. And that's so much fun because they're adoptable bunnies.
Yeah.
And they're just so cute.
Yeah. Cute kids, cute bunnies.
And they do ask that you bring your dogs, leave them at home, just because I can just see chaos ensuing there if one dog wants to play with a bunny. And
we won't even go there. You can't bring your dog.
And then you guys are still racking in the awards. I just got an alert that said the IIHS, which I had to look up, is the what is it? It's the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. I mean, I know the initial more than I know the name, but the Solterra earned top honors for a top safety pick, and the Ascent and the Forester also did both for their 2025 models.
Yeah.
And the Forester Hybrid, which you don't have yet.
Not yet.
But they said all told 74 top safety picks since 2013 for Subarus. That's like 6 per year. So
yeah, I mean they've we've always we're very fortunate to be a part of the Subaru brand as a Subaru retailer, but they make a great car. And, one of the main reasons that we hear from people when they're coming in to make a decision on a vehicle they're going to purchase is that safety is their top priority.
I was just reading another article, and it was talking about the safety of the Subarus. And I know we've talked about a couple of the wrecks that they've gotten into and stuff like this. And this was a 22-year-old girl, recent college graduate, really into the outdoors, loved the little, what did she have? She had her Forester.
Okay.
And she was, it was her dream car. She graduated in 24, had a 22 Forester, took her all over. And she said, My Forester took me off-roading through multiple cities, and I doubt that. How much off-roading do you do in multiple cities? But okay, we're not going to judge here.
They each their own.
But a move in 7 states in the first 2 months. Then in January of 25, while driving back from a ski trip, a friend was taking a shift driving and fell asleep at the wheel. I watched in horror as my perfect car went off the road and crashed into a guardrail. At highway speeds, we collided with the guardrail. In the days following, I could only be overwhelmed with relief and gratitude that my Subaru safety features kept us alive and unharmed. We hit a guardrail traveling upwards of 70 and both walked out of the car completely unscathed. All the airbags were deployed. The passenger and driver's areas held strong as they kept the precious cargo, us, safe. And it said as soon as they crashed, the car called 911 and connected us with an operator even before we exited the car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a story and a half, man.
That's a crazy one. Yeah. I mean, if you've ever been in an accident before, you know how scary it is. You know how, your brain is moving, a million miles a minute. But I have been in an accident in a Subaru, and I have heard what happens, and the Starlink does come over the radio, and they talk to you and they ask you if you're okay, and then they notify the authorities for you right there. And yeah, they stay with you as long as you.
I mean, it sounds like this girl's like, yeah, we're cool. Just send a tow truck.
Yeah.
We hit a guardrail at 70. Just send a tow truck.
Yeah, it's crazy. We hear stories about that stuff all the time. Some accidents are there's nothing you can do about it, right? But there also are a lot of safety features on these cars that prevent accidents as well. So the eyesight collision avoidance system is wonderful. The adaptive cruise control with lane keep assistance is wonderful. That stuff, I can keep you from hitting somebody, but there's not much you can do about keeping somebody from hitting you.
Sure.
But when in the event that does happen, hopefully it never does, the cars are built to absorb all of that energy, all of that force from the impact, and keep it away from the people inside. It's pretty amazing.
What strides cars have made since when I first started driving.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just I grew up with my mom's right hand being like my airbag.
Yeah, seriously.
Puts the brake on, the arm goes out and slams me in the back of the seat. We rode in the backpacks of station wagons without seatbelts, just sort of making faces at the drivers behind me.
Right in the bed of trucks. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you really are driving around like in a big old guns in bubble wrap, if you will.
Yeah, they're made to absorb all that energy. So it's the cars usually don't look very great after they've been in an accident like that, but you're able to walk away and you're able to move on with your life.
That's all that matters,
which is the number one thing.
All that matters. Speaking of number one, I was reading where JD Power released their U.S. Customer Service Index study for 25. Subaru of America and its retailers, which is you, it's nailed the number one ranking in customer satisfaction among mass market brands for vehicles.
Yeah, no, we're pumped about that. We actually had an emergency call with Subaru of America the other morning.
Guys, we did it.
I was like, oh God, what's coming? What's going to happen? And then they got on and they were like, hey, we've never done this before and we're pumped about it. Congratulations. Cause this is, you can make a great product. You can have the most reliable car out there, but if you don't have,
the service to back it up,
service and the people to help, help maintain, answer questions, help you, learn how to operate it, then it doesn't really matter, right?
True.
It makes a big difference. So, we're very proud of that honor. Subaru America is very proud of that honor, and something that we want to keep striving for.
Awesome.
Stay at number one.
And Annapolis Subaru takes it a step further. They help you adopt dogs at the SPCA.
Yeah.
They get trees for you.
Yeah, trees, dogs.
We got socks. We got coats.
What else we got? Coats. Yeah, we did coats.
They even go to help to provide booze and food at Bands in the Sand, which is beautiful.
Yeah. God, that is coming up.
It is. I'm excited for that. That's always a fun.
It's like
trip.
the official start of summer.
It's not a bad way to kick it off.
It's not a bad way to kick it off.
And for those that are considering going there, the VIP tickets are their history.
Yep.
Committee tickets, which I'm not sure what committee means. although it gives you a little bit of different access. I didn't know whether it was like an internal committee or something, but they're mostly gone.
I bet we're going to figure it out, though.
And then, the general admission tickets, actually, I think the prices are going to go up on May 1st.
Yeah.
So, get a little bit of a discount on that and help to do what you can to save the bay.
Aren't we sitting down and talking with somebody about that coming up here pretty soon?
We are. We're going to be talking with Hillary Harp-Falk, who's the executive director and president and CEO. And I'm not sure exactly what the specific title is.
Hillary is great.
She is.
She's wonderful.
And her husband, Josh, just took over the Scenic Rivers Land Trust.
Wow.
So they've got a whole big environmental family. And
that's great.
I know I talked to Hillary about 6 months ago, and she had definitely had some shoes to fill when she came into that position. But boy, she's doing a great job.
Yeah, I agree.
She's doing a great job. Yeah, that'll be fun to talk with her and learn a little bit more about what they have planned for this year's Bands in the Sand and where it goes to help the bay, specifically Woodlands. And I will say, I don't know if we're going to get into it when we talk to her about it, but right now in this time and this place, they're probably going to need all the help they can get.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to support the bay, and whether that is attending Bands in the Sand or whether an outright donation to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation or volunteering with them or any of the other organizations, do it, because this is really such a treasure that we have right here that we can't afford to take it for granted and to take a step back from helping it get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to get off the political soapbox right now.
All right. Okay. Buy a car, a Dust Sebastian. Let's go.
Well, when you buy an Annapolis Subaru, you do get
it says Save the Bay right on our license plate. Yeah. Bam. Save the Bay.
True. And I'll tell you, and it's not through the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, but Chesapeake Bay Trust. When you buy a new car, get a Bay plate. It's $20 or 25. 25. Okay, so is inflation, but it's a much nicer looking plate than what's out there. So
yeah, no, the Bay plates are they're the biggest way the Chesapeake Bay Trust gets contributions from.
And they also offer you perks. There's a lot. They've got these local.
There's parking, like specific parking that you can get around Annapolis. If you go to the boatyard, there's all sorts of stuff.
If you go to the boatyard in Eastport, there's 2 spots reserved for Bay plate holders.
Yeah, and we got to talk to Dick Frania about this, because sometimes there's people parked there don't have the Bay plates.
So like a citizen's arrest.
I think Dick's got to patrol that. He's got to go out there and make sure that if people are legit.
Yeah, roll in like a VIP with your Bay plates. I've got Bay plates. Billy, you've got Bay plates, I know. So everybody go out and make sure you do support what we can to support our Bay.
Absolutely.
You want to support our SPCA at AAC SPCA, and you do want to scroll down through the gallery that we're going to put up of all of the adoptable dogs that we can. Maybe we'll put the cats too. I don't know.
There's some cute ones on there. And the Sebastian.
Who would you like to take home, Bill?
I'm not going to take home anybody. I'm just going to, I decided I'm a dog advocate. All right? I'm not a dog owner. I'm a dog advocate. I will do whatever I can to help as many dogs find forever homes as they possibly can. And that will make me feel good. And that, and I'll see the dogs that Kelly comes in and brings, when we record. And I think that's going to be okay for me.
I understand that's very similar to like grandchildren, and neither of us know that at this point. They come in, you play with them, they're cool.
Yeah.
They might crap on your floor or pee in the corner or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they take them away.
Yeah. See you later. Yeah. This will be the granddad of the SPCA, Yeah. It's going to have him back.
AACSPCA.org. And again, that's where you go for the dogs. AnnapolisSubaru.com. That's where you go for the cars. Please don't confuse that anymore. Although they do love to see everybody here, and they are such a dog-friendly business.
It's true.
They just didn't have free doodles ready to go last week. It does really jazz me when I go onto the SPCA's website and see that the dogs that we've had are not there anymore.
They're gone.
And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that have stayed there a little bit longer than they should have. We do our best.
We do. And then if you want a tree, go to
get.arborday.org/030378.
Bam.
And just reserve it right there. You print out, I guess, a QR code or something like that.
Yeah, they'll email you a QR code, bring it on your phone and scan it and
pop the trunk and
leave with your tree.
Leave with your tree. And again, it's a smaller tree. It's not a 50-foot or a 70-foot tree.
2 to 4
feet to rent the big truck.
Yeah,
Pick it up.
2 to 4 feet. He's got to figure out where we're going to put them when they arrive. So,
Yeah. And if you are coming up, it's 149 Old Solomon's Island Road. And again, I want to thank you guys so much for all that you do for the community. And next time you're talking to the people in Japan and Subaru, thank them for making such a great product that, keeps winning these awards, and you guys for maintaining that excellence as it goes through the whole process. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, hopefully next week, Kelly will be back. Maybe.
We need Kelly back. It's just weird without her.
It really is.
Yeah. It's
a little bit calmer.
A little bit. Yeah. Without the dogs. But
usually there's somebody knocking over a microphone or, wanting to get into your bathroom or
attacking Kelly on the floor. Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll get back into that.
We'll get it next week.
All righty. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, John.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.